people are always asking me, yo bro, did you use autofocus or are you using a follow focus? What follow focus system are you using? I don't really use any, and I don't even really use autofocus when I'm using my gimbals most of the time. But in this video, I'm gonna give you guys a few tips to help you get those crispy shots as well. Let's get straight into it. So for me, the main reason that I don't like to use autofocus while I'm using a gimbal is it's kind of unreliable. It's gotten a lot better and it's really actually good using Canon and Sony, but I hate the hunting look of using autofocus. It's like, I'd rather have my shot gradually come out of focus than to have it perfectly in focus, then have it hunt for the focus spot, go out of focus, then come back. It just doesn't look professional that way. So me personally, I don't use autofocus and I don't use a follow focus system because, I don't know, maybe I'll eventually get one, but I just don't have one. The first method that you can use to keep your shots in focus is to just stay the same distance away from the subject. These are typically the shots that you see in videos where you're following the subject or the subject's walking forward and they're just staying the same distance away from the camera, or also the revolving shot where the subject just is completely standing still and the camera's just revolving around them. These are all really easy shots to get on your gimbal and don't really require autofocus or a follow focus on your gimbal. So to set up these shots, just have your subject stand still for a second, find out exactly where you're gonna be in terms of distance away from your subject, and just set your focus point. Keep a mental note within your head how far away you are from the subject, and while you're moving, just try to stay within that same distance. One thing that's gonna tremendously help this be easy for you is to use focus peaking within your camera. This is a feature that a lot of new cameras have, and also a lot of monitors, like my Small HD Focus has this feature as well. So check your camera out and see if you have focus peaking. Essentially what it is though, is it highlights up on the screen what exactly is in focus. So while you're using it and you're looking through your viewfinder or your screen, you can actually see what's highlighted. So it's not that hard to do. This is what I do. I always have focus peaking on. So if you have it within your camera, make sure you turn it on, man. It's gonna make these shots a lot easier to achieve. The next method that you can use to keep your shots crispy and in focus while using a gimbal is to just simply increase your aperture. Aperture directly affects the depth of field within your shot, and the more you raise aperture, the more within your shot is gonna be in focus. So this alone is gonna make these shots a lot easier for you to capture. One thing to note though, if you plan on increasing your aperture, it's gonna make your image a little bit darker. So make sure you have decent light while you're using this in certain scenarios, or make sure your camera is really good in low light. And also take note that if you raise up your aperture, the shallow depth of field aspect of your shot is just not gonna be there. So if you're going for a shallow depth of field shot, this is not gonna be the method that you wanna use. Now before we get into this third method, I wanna give a shout out to the sponsors of this episode, the people over at Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that you can use to create a website for yourself. Whether you're thinking about creating a store, creating a blog, or just a portfolio for yourself, Squarespace is a really easy and fun place to be to achieve this. They have templates within the site. They also have 24/7 customer support. So if you ever find yourself in a jam where you don't know what's happening with your website, you can hit them up right in the chat and I'll hit you right back. If you're interested in bettering your online presence with the website, make sure you guys head over to squarespace.com right now. And you can also head over to squarespace.com/YCImaging for 10% off your first purchase. All the links will be down in the description if you guys are interested. But let's get into this third method. So the third and final method that you can use to keep your shots crispy and in focus while using a gimbal is to focus in the middle of your path. I shoot music videos. You typically see these shots within music videos where the camera's going in and out on the subject. To achieve these shots, the easiest way to achieve them without using a follow focus is to focus within the middle of your path. So to set the shot up, identify how far you plan on traveling between yourself and the subject. So if it's a 10-foot path where the subject's on this side and you're on this side, walk directly into the middle of the path and set your focus point there. If you focus within the middle of your path, the shot that you're gonna be shooting is gonna gradually come into focus and out of focus. Whereas if you were to focus right here close up to the subject and you were to go all the way back here 10 feet away, the entire shot is gonna be out of focus and vice versa. So if you do it in the middle, it's gonna gradually go in, gradually go out. It's just gonna be a smooth transition. It's not gonna be an entire shot that's out of focus until you get 1 foot away from the subject. One thing that's gonna help these shots go over a lot smoother and have them be a lot more crisp is to shoot them wide. When you shoot wide, it tends to be a lot less shallow depth of field within the shot. So if you shoot wide, the whole shot is gonna seem crisp, and the majority of people who are watching these shots are not even gonna be able to tell. I use this all the time and a lot of people ask me, bro, how is the entire shot in focus? And it's not, I'm just using this method. One thing to keep in mind with all of these methods though is to cut out everything that is unfocused. Everything that you guys see from me is me using editing to my advantage. you are an editor. You have that option to cut out the bad parts of the shot. So if it's out of focus, if it's too out of focus for your liking, just cut it out. Just cut it out. You don't have to keep it there. And I shoot music videos, so the majority of my videos is me doing multiple takes. So if I constantly do this shot where I'm coming in and out, the portions of it that I like, I can throw within the video, and the portions of it that I don't like, I can throw out. But if you're shooting wide, you focus within the middle of your path. Most of the time, these shots are gonna be fresh, they're gonna be crisp. So make sure you shoot wide, make sure you focus right in the middle of your path. If you utilize these 3 methods, man, your shot should be crisp and focused. You should be good to go. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, and it helped you at all, make sure you drop it a like, comment. Also, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite method, if you have any methods, or what is your favorite method from what I just taught you. Make sure you subscribe here if you're new, man. Peace out. I'm gonna check y'all out on my next video.